after the success of last week, I have been trying desperately to get myself another trident, and so far I have been unsuccessful. But I'm not going to let it get me down because I have plans for today. I have big plans. So I'm going to get my gear on. Now, on to business. Right, well, as I'm flying in from this direction, I can actually tell you what it is I'm trying to do today. If we come round here, we should, any minute now, start to see the magnificent ship without a name, actually, in front of the less than magnificent docks. Let's face it, this area has been neglected. So, today's job is to unneglect it. Can you say that? Ooh, I'm going to go up to the lighthouse. That's probably the best place to have a look. So, whoa, lag. So, from up here, once it realizes I've landed, we can see we have got beautiful town. Can't see the palace, but it's over there. We've got the ship over there. That was weird. And around here, not an awful lot. So today I want to work on docks. Right? I want to get something down here. And I'm thinking that pretty much this whole area here, we probably don't need this little bit of river coming along here, so probably I'm going to turn this into Docklands, and all of this obviously will be Docklands. We made a start, this was a while ago, when we started putting up our Docklands wall. That's only underwater though, so what I want to do today is start building up above the dock, and I have a really great idea for what I want to put on these docks. I'm really excited to do this. So I'm going to go and grab as much spruce wood as stuff that I can find. Oh, I thought I'd taken off successfully then. And we are going to start building the dock, at least the layout for now. Ooh, right, okay, so I'm out of slabs. I have got quite a long way round actually, so I'm pretty pleased with this progress. I've left this space deliberately clear. I want to eventually build something in here, but probably not too much. Let's fly up into the air and have a quick look. So, basically, I have made a massive mess. Yeah, it doesn't look like much at the moment. It is only a beginning. It's only a basic layout, right? So I've just simply followed this line around all the way across the back here. It goes all the way back past the ship to the mining hut on the other side over there. I'll take a look at that in a second. And I've just covered it in spruce slabs for now because the detail is going to come on later. I mean, a dock is pretty boring. It's just a flat wooden area where you can start doing stuff. But what we need to start working on now is populating this with some chests, with some bits and pieces. And the thing that I'm most excited about building is a crane. So I think that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so this is starting to really take shape. So we've got a wheel here that's going to pull on the rope to raise and lower the crane. Here, this is where it's going to rotate. I'm thinking I might turn that into cobble because then it will look more like a working part, I think. But there is a problem, and that is I don't think I want it to be pointing in this direction. Originally, the idea was that I would have the crane over here with like a crate hanging down over the ship. But it doesn't work because normally a ship's sails would be unfurled in harbour, right? But obviously, visually, it looks much better if they're furled. I think I've got that the wrong way around. Anyway, it looks much better when they're down. So that's going to cause a little bit of problems because this is obviously pointing into the ship. This is obviously about to leave, right? So I think what I'm going to have to do, unfortunately, is take all of this top bit down. This bit is symmetrical, so it doesn't matter. It's got rotational symmetry. But I think I'm going to rotate it, and I think I'm going to turn it to face out this way instead. So I'm going to try that and then come back. Nope. Alright, this is looking more like it. Yeah, it was definitely a good idea to turn it onto its side. Just going to run up the mountain a little bit so we can have a better view. Yes. Yeah, I think that really starts to add a little bit of life to this dock. Now I am going to have to talk to Dawn to make sure she's okay that this, because obviously this is in front of the ship. And I don't want to just block her build without asking her. I think she'll be okay with it. I think it fits in the context, so I think it will be alright. Right, so there's one more bit that I need to add onto here, which is this crane needs to be picking something up, right? So I'm going to grab some bits and pieces, and I'm just going to come back when I've made this, because it's going to be a little bit trickier to build on camera, I think, and I want to do a big reveal. So I will see you back here in just a moment. And here it is our piggy crate. Yeah, you can see him poking his head out through there. So just using acacia trapdoors with some chocolate dark oak trapdoors around as bracings. And I've got 4 or 5 pigs in there at the moment. I want a few more. 4 have got a very specific purpose, but they're going to all be adults eventually anyway. So I'm going to wait for them to grow up. And while I do that, I've been just sort of going through and building some different areas. So here I've done a stone floor with some different textures and stuff. I'll bring in some andesite as well. I didn't have any on me at the moment. And then what I'm going to do here is get some ores and plop those down around here. So it looks like it's coming from the mine. So we've already got, actually I don't know if I've ever shown you this. T-Briggs made this really cool looking sort of elevator mine crane thing. So this kind of makes perfect sense that they would bring it up and then swing it round. We'll pretend it can swing all the way around there and deposit it here ready to be loaded up onto the ships by the other cranes. So I'm going to go and grab some ores, things like iron ore, diamond ore, maybe some redstone ore, stuff like that. And I'm going to fill in a bit of those bits. I don't want to go too far from this area because I want the pigs to grow up, so I want to keep this area loaded. And then, well, I'm just basically going to go around and put in a bit more detail around the dock, just try to make it a little bit more lively. Just concentrating on small things at the moment. So I will come back when I've done that, and then hopefully we will also be able to move on to the next stage with the piggy crate up here. We've had an escape. The prison has been breached. Yeah, one of our little fellas managed to fall out the bottom whilst I was breeding them up. I'm going to pop him back in, and then hopefully we will be able to move on to the next stage. Alright, so we've got a fair few pigs up there, so it's time for stage 2. Before we go up, I just want to show a little bit of what I've done. So as I said, I put some ores around here. I actually quite like this little touch. I'll go and show you this. The redstone dust is starting to leak out. Go and hit it. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this. Obviously it's just a simple start. I'll keep adding as I go. Gold and iron. Also over here we've got some melons and pumpkins in little crates. This one here is actually a jack-o'-lantern, so that will provide a bit of light, which is something that I do need to think quite carefully about. I need to make sure that this whole place is going to be lit up, but that is a job for another day. So right now I want to fly into the pig pen. And we need to start moving some of these pigs around a little within this pen. I want them to be over here. So if I do... I can't do that. Hang on. You're in the way. You're in the way. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I do that. Why can't I put it on there? This dude. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. In fact, it's going to be such a nightmare that I wonder if it's worth it. Ah! That was a nightmare. Okay, but I have got them in. So what I have done after a while trying to work it out is got trapdoors there and there that keep them on this area. One here which keeps them down because otherwise they fly up in the air on these leads, and a fence post in the middle. And these leads are all attached to this part of the crane at the top. So, in theory, what I can do is actually set this up to look like it's being properly hoisted by the crane. It's actually dangling. I need to put a lid on this crate, and also I need to finish off these this strapping. Yeah, strapping is the word I'm looking for. And oh, that's not the right one, is it? Don't leave me. Okay. Okay, so if that comes up there, that's going to look okay. That one can go on there. That one goes on there. And this one goes on here. And then the others I can fill in with... Well, I'll just take those down in a second. With the acacia, which is the crate material. So I kind of feel like, looking at where those leads actually go in, maybe we should have another one here. Well, let's take a look from down below. If I don't need to do it from down below, then I won't bother. Yes, there's some pork in my inventory. That's because I had a couple of accidents. No, okay, that's perfect. Look at that. Okay, so now we have a crate being held up by these straps and these leads leading up to the crane. I'm really happy with that. I need to take off those trapdoors, but that is... Yes, that's exactly what I was envisioning. Okay, so... let's jump up here. And knock down those. Okay, so that should be it. Our piggy crate being hoisted by the crane is now complete. And thank goodness for that, because I do not want to be going up there and doing any more of that again. I think if it was just holding some logs, which I might do over there actually, build another one of these cranes over there to hold some logs, it wouldn't have been anywhere near as difficult as this. But it was worth it because that looks awesome. Also, this is the one project where it doesn't matter if you leave your shulker boxes lying around, because they just look like part of the Docklands. Right, I'm going to get rid of that dirt bridge, and then I think I'm just going to sort of potter, do some details over the next few days, and come back when this is all but complete. Right, so while that project is on hold for a second, I'm going to come back to the shopping district and check out how things are going over here. So let's start off with the wood shop up in the organic section and see if we've sold any of that. Sticks and bones. Okay. Yes, that's some nice bones. Good. Okay, so I need some more bone blocks. Oh, okay, good. Sold some oak. Oh, a little bit of jungle. Nice to see. Okay, pretty good. And so I need more bone. I'll probably do another session on the wood farm as well, just to top up a few of those. Okay, looking good. And now over to the aquatic section, where I'm pretty sure we're going to discover that, yeah, This is mostly gone, so we've only got 4 bits of sand left. Oh, and that means big profits, doesn't it? 56 diamonds. That is brilliant. This shop has been fantastic. It's only been up for less than a week, and we've made, oh, I don't even know, I'll have to do the math sometime. We've made a lot. So this is no longer valid. Let's take this down, and we need to start digging up these bits of sand. Let's see, I don't know if any of the prizes are still left over, actually. Quick check. Nope, just a pickle. Oh! Oh, okay, so what's that? That's prismarine shards. Interesting. Interesting. So there was one still left over. That's pretty good. So I'm going to reset the shop anyway, because with only 4 left, I don't think people are going to come and spend the diamonds on that, and I can just put this in the next time, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to go and gather some bits and pieces, and I'm going to then reset the shop. Any fish? No fish. But they're so pretty. Okay, and there it is. The shop is reset. Let's have a look at the prizes. 2 conduit kits with added prismarine. 2 sets of 8 sponges for getting dry. A shulker box full of prismarine shards. A selection box with prismarine bricks and dark prismarine bricks. A selection box of coral blocks, corals and coral flans. That includes all the different colours. So those are the 8 prizes this time round. I wasn't able to get hold of a trident, but hopefully people will enjoy those prizes just as much, and hopefully next time I will have a trident for you. I'm really trying to get them when I can. Okay, well with that, let's head back to the docks. And here we come, first approaching the docks. And you will probably immediately see that I've done quite a bit. So let me just take you around quickly what I've done to make this place look a little bit more Docklandish. So the first thing that we did, Benji and I worked for a while on this lamppost design, try and get some lighting. So these are set up so they will come on at night. Hopefully we'll get to see that in a second. The other big thing that I did was to go round and put lighting underneath the boardwalk here. So these lights on both sides here are not going to cut it. They're not going to give enough light. But with these here, I'm sure there are some spots I've missed, but as I go round, I should be able to fill those in. You'll also not have failed to notice I've put a wall up. So these are just redstone torch under a redstone lamp, and very simple wall. I just wanted something, so it's only 3 high or 3.5 high, but I just wanted something around here, and I decided here that I wanted to put in a little building. In my imagination, this is kind of like a tavern, or maybe like a little storeroom, or not really sure, but just a little building. And I really liked this wall design. I thought this was a really nice feature. Kind of looks like a wagon wheel or something like that mounted onto the wall. So over this side is just a light, and over this side is a window. So let's go and take a look inside. Yeah, it's a fake. Yeah, I just wanted to have something from the outside. Later maybe I'll go in and make something in there, but for now I just wanted something that I can look at from the outside, just focusing on the aesthetics. I also went round and started putting down some little details. So here you've got a note block with ladders and a little trapdoor. Around here we've got a load of chests and more note blocks, again with a little lid on. It's just a pressure plate. Oh yeah, pressure plate, not a trapdoor. And then the wall carries on all the way down here, past some ice, which is starting to melt. So they've left it out for too long, and so it's starting to melt, flow down into there. Also got a pile of snow, which I thought was going to melt because of this light, or these lights, but hasn't yet. I found out that here actually there's a little cave, and I've put some stairs down, and I think what I want to do here is to make this into like a little ice storage, like a cold storage cave. So then that would make sense. You know, they're overflowing, so they've had to put some of the ice and snow outside, but it's meant to all go in there where it's going to be a chilled room. The lights go all the way around. You can see I've put, some of them have got more mossy cobblestone and some plain. I think what I'll do later when I go down, because I have to go down and build up all of this wall under here obviously at some point, is under where I've got this mossy cobblestone wall, I'll probably put mossy stone bricks, so that kind of ties in. I think that'll look quite nice. And if we carry on here, this place I still left blank. I have yet to decide what I'm going to do there, so I want to leave that. And then over here we've got some wood that's been shipped over from the wood farm over there. We've got some acacia logs. We've got a large jungle trunk that's been chopped down and just brought over whole, and the same with the dark oak tree with the bits that are all poking off the side. I thought that was quite nice. So yeah, I'm really happy with this, and I think it really adds a lot of life to this area, and it helps to give this ship a reason to have actually come to our little village, right? It's I mean, it doesn't really need a reason. It's Minecraft, but I quite like it. I think it gives it a lot of context. And then the last thing I just want to show you very quickly is up here. So before on this bit here I had the leads, but Paco came along and helped me out a little bit, and we decided that actually it's better to have this rope coming further down and then the leads just here. Now the reason for that is a practical one. So if I jump up here and hit F3G, you can see that unfortunately I managed to build this right on a chunk border. Right on a chunk border. I couldn't have done it better if I'd planned it. So that meant that obviously if this chunk unloads and this one's still loaded, then the leads start to detach, right? So by just having them on this one side and then down to the pigs, then you can keep them there, and then this acts as a better rope. So yeah, that was a little practical reason, but works quite nicely. And actually you can see they've come off here as well. It's kind of a shame that these entities disappear in Minecraft. But anyway, that is the docks done. And I have to say, I am really, really pleased. I think this is a great couple of days' work, and I can't wait to go round and start putting in some more. Oh, and you can even see the lights coming on at night. Beautiful. So I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to say goodbye. Next time I see you, we'll be checking on the shops upstairs, and we will be working on a little bit more of the docks, probably the building around the other side behind me there. So I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.